Hello and welcome to Between Ends, the bowl show on BVTV. We're back for our last episode before Christmas. I'm Jimmy Whitehead, Events and Competitions Manager at Bowls Victoria, joined as always by Josh Thornton. How you going, pal?
Good, Jimmy. No, obviously kind of sad. It's the last show before Christmas. But I'm looking forward to the Christmas and New Year break. And obviously one big weekend full of bowls left for everybody around Victoria before they have that Christmas break. So let's get into the preview, Jimmy.
Yeah, for sure. So just before we do, we just want to thank BCIB, our Metropolitan Pennant partner for this year. So for all your club's insurance needs, contact the bowling specialists, BCIB. Josh, going through the games last week, I had a mixed week tipping wise. Phil Crowder didn't from morning to winter. He now 5 out of 5. You sat in between us with 4 out of 5. Altona taking a small victory over Lilydale at Lilydale. Good win for Altona. Not great for Lilydale. They're still looking for the first win.
Yeah, look, obviously they've struggled so far. We're obviously going to preview this round, and we might be potentially tipping them in the match they're playing this week. But Altona's actually been quite good. I think I remember the preview show that if they got things right, they'll go very close to making the finals, and they've probably had a couple go against them, so far. But they're roundabouts, and they're going pretty well at the moment. So.
MCC dominated Croydon, to be expected. MCC are a very good side, playing some good bowls at the moment. Clayton took a close one at Bandura. That sort of went against me in your tip. Good win by Clayton.
Yeah, I thought that was probably the win of the round. I thought Bandura were going to be too good with everybody available at home, but Ali's got the guys firing down there in the snake pit or the cobra pit or whatever it's called these days, So Clayton's going to tick along nicely.
I think it's they're using me and your tips to fire him up because he said I spoke to him on Monday and he said, "You guys keep tipping against us, we'll keep winning." So maybe that's playing into his team talk at the start of the game. Deer Park took a very big win over Melbourne. I've spoken to a few of the boys from Melbourne, very disappointed with the way the weekend went. Bit of a slow deck, sort of 10, 11 seconds from what I hear, but good win by Deer Park nonetheless.
Yeah, look, obviously, probably the margin was probably more the noticeable thing, but it's early days. I said it was a preview of the grand final. I'm going to stick to that at this stage. I still think they're the two teams to beat. But Deer Park bounced back after that loss they had.
And our stream game last week, Saturday afternoon, was Yarraville Footscray against Mentone. Nip and tuck game, mate. It was very close. Mentone led early into sort of the second, third. Yarraville got level, and then once they got level and went a couple of shots in front, it was really Wayne Roberts' rink that did the damage over Ash Rowan's rink. Put the foot down and ended up with sort of a 22-shot win. So good performance by Yarraville Footscray. Mentone can take some positives away from that game. I feel they for 2/3 played pretty well and were in the game, but just sort of stumbled at the final hurdle.
Yeah, no, it's obviously another good match. We've had some good matches on the live stream, and it's what we want to see, Jimmy. Obviously, the best result for us and all the viewers is seeing a nice close tussle one way or another.
Yeah, it's right. So what that does to the ladder, it sort of keeps it in a weird split. I think with 3 teams towards the bottom who are almost going to be vying for the 2 relegation spots, Croydon, Mentone, Lilydale. Yarraville Footscray, Altona sitting in a bit of 2 wins behind the next pack. Then there's a pack of 6 all chasing finals. Yarraville Footscray, Melbourne, Bandura, Clayton, Deer Park, MCC. At the moment, it's still a swing of games. It's 1 win can take you up 2 or 3 spots. I think that's going to continue into the new year and probably until we start playing the second round of fixtures from February onwards.
Yeah, look, it's nip and tuck at the top. I can see some changes happening between now and then. I think you're right. Unfortunately for Croydon, Mentone and Lilydale, I think at this stage I don't see either of those 3 potentially pushing for finals. Something would drastically have to change. Maybe those late clearances might come in before December 31st, Jimmy. They might get one of them up the hurdle a little bit. But at this stage, I see them probably vying for the relegation spots, unfortunately. But otherwise, I can see the rest of the competition being nice and nip and tuck.
Yeah. Looking forward to this weekend's fixtures, mate. Our Friday night live stream game this weekend is Clayton at home against Croydon. So our live stream rink this week will be Ali Forsyth's rink. He has Dave Ashby, John Ocapinti and Lindsay Stratford going up against Zach Woning's rink from Croydon. Vayres, M. Weeks and Mark O'Halloran. Should be good to see Ali on the live stream, mate. He always plays a very good game.
Yeah, look, that's probably the matchup, which is great, which is what we want. Zach Woning's it's up and coming. He's been around the traps for a while and had some good results, made it to state champions week a few times there in a few different events. So he's obviously gone there recently to play for Croydon. I see it as a great matchup. I love the Benwell versus Crichton matchup. I think there's two very good players there and two very good rinks there. Obviously, Clayton's missing Toddy Simmons this week, looking at their sides. So
I've heard a rumour he's not playing again this season, but I might have some misinformation.
Okay. Oh, well, that changes the outlook for Clayton for the rest of the year. They're still a strong enough side to make the finals, whether he's there or not, but it definitely hurts them. I noticed that Les Such, who I mentioned in the pre, is back playing bowls this year. He's gone from lead to second. I can see Suchy moving up the ranks and being a third or skipper at some stage once he's got a few more bowls under his belt as well. That's the quality of the bowler he is. Looking at the sides, looking at who's matching up with who, I see Clayton coming out the winners in this live stream match, and they'll probably win by 15, 20 shots.
Yeah, I think they'll win this one. I'm not going to say comfortably, but I think they'll get the job done. They're a very good side. They've turned into amazing wins in the last couple of weeks over Deer Park and Bandura, two teams that are pushing for finals. I heard Ali sort of say that they were looking to get in at sort of the 4 wins mark for Christmas. They're already at 5. They can make it 6 now. They'll be stoked if they can get this win. Go and have a nice break, regroup coming into the new year. So, look, I'm going to go with Clayton on the tip as well, with you on that one. There is another Friday night game this week, live from Altona, 6 p.m. start. I've got some live music after the game. Deals going on in the bistro the whole time as well. It'll be Altona against Deer Park. We've seen the rinks. Dogger Nathan Wilson plays against the unbeaten Mark Casey, which will be a fantastic game. Dane McKinnon plays against Nathan Bush. Dave Ferguson plays against his New South Wales counterpart Aaron Tees, and Benny Twist goes up against James Pearce, who's coming off a huge win with his rink last week. Where do you see the spoils going in this one, JT?
Well, I think I mentioned in previous shows that I feel Altona is going to be hard to beat at home. They know their greens. They've got a quality side. And we did talk about how many players they'd lost during the year, but the Ferguson Twist pickups have definitely helped them and have made them keep in the race to play finals this year. But I just look at Deer Park side, and I might sound like a broken record, but it's a very quality 16-player side, and I see them being too strong across the board and probably getting the chips in a close one. And I really think it will be a close one. It could come down to the last 4 or 5 ends.
The green's been fantastic at Altona from all reports. He was playing sort of 17, 18 seconds a few weeks ago when I spoke to the boys from Melbourne. If the tipping ladder looked differently, Josh, and I was chasing points, I'd tip Altona in this one. But I'm going to play safe and go Deer Park. Not because I'm trying to match your tip, but just like they're probably the 60% chance for me, with Altona 40%. But I'm going to go with Deer Park in this one.
Not that we've touched on this yet, Jimmy, but, you went the early crow with the tipping, and you probably go the early crow with the Ashes and some of the cricket lately, So I hope not everything gets thrown back in your face, because I'm cherry ripe to overtake you at some stage.
I know, it's just good job you got no banter, mate. Otherwise, I'd be slightly worried, but I'm not. Melbourne at home against Bandura. Where are you going on that one? I think we know where I'm going, but where are you going?
So match of the round, in my opinion. Whether you've heard something that I haven't, but I looked at the sides this morning, and it looks like all the Bunduras there in one way or another, So I'm going to back Bandura because I know.
Yeah, I was staring you, JT. To be honest, mate, I haven't seen any of the Bandura sides. I was just trying to get in your head. Look, I know what's happened this week at Melbourne. There's been a bit of a regroup, a bit of a chat, a bit of a refocus from the guys. I think they'll come back real strong on Saturday. I think they're man for man slightly a better side than Bandura, ever so slightly. I think the front end will do the damage for Melbourne, with the back end sort of just putting a bit of a cherry on top. Will be a close one, but yeah, I'm gonna back the boys to get the win, put everyone in a party mood for our Christmas party on Saturday night after the game. MCC versus Yarraville Footscray next. I'm going to go with MCC on this one. I've been blown away the last couple of weeks, the way they've regrouped from that loss against Deer Park. Hats off to them. Looking at their rinks, they've changed a few things again. It's another example of a side not resting on their laurels. They're not sort of saying, yeah, this is the 16 we're going to move forward with, and no one's going to lose their place. You've got to play for your place. You've got to earn your place. So Yarraville were very tidy, a very good side last week. That there'll be a chance in this game, but I think MCC will get the W.
I'm not as hopeful for Yarraville Footscray personally. I think MCC has done quite well, particularly at home, and their greens are really great, and they're playing to them really, really well. So I do see them coming out at least 20-shot winners.
Fair enough. And then the big one. You say game of the round, Melbourne Bundoora. I say this is the game of the round. Lilydale yet to win against Mentone on 1 win at home. Lilydale need this. I know they were fired up to beat Altona last week, just come up short. Tough one to pick this, mate. It's going to depend who's in for Mentone.
Well, I saw Mentone side, so who are you going to tip, Jimmy?
Wait there. Let me just check my phone. I haven't seen the sides. I'm going to presume they've got a couple in based on conversations I had this week. I'm torn, mate. This is as 50-50 as it gets. I'm going to predict where your tip's going. And I'm happy to tip first. I'm going to predict where your tip's going, and I'm going to go the opposite way. I'm going to take you on this week. I'm either going to extend my lead by 2. We're going to end up tied, or you're going to end up in front leading into Christmas. I'm going to back Mentone. I think Mentone are going to get the win here. I think it's going to be shot for shot, bowl for bowl. I just think they're going to turn up and win this one.
Well, we have gone differently, and I am going with Lilydale. I think they're going to get their first win of the year. I did look at Mentone sides this morning, and there was no M. Wilkes and no T. Woods and no A. Close. So I am going to go just with that alone. I think it's still going to be close regardless, but I think with those guys out, I'm going to back Lilydale to get their first win of the season.
Fair enough. First thing I'm doing after this, mate, is texting a few of the boys from Mentone saying, come on, no drinking Friday night, get to bed early, get up and go. Let's have it. There's some news that we can't not talk about, JT. It was all over social media yesterday. A certain Alex Marshall coming in for Deer Park in the new year, kicking off about February time. How good's this? How good's this for Victorian Bowls, for the Victorian Premier League, for everyone who can get down and watch him?
I think it's fantastic. Like I look at the Premier League, which I've never played in myself. I've obviously been based in country Victoria nearly my whole life, and I always looked at the Premier League as the pinnacle competition in the state. But I think it's gone to a level again this year with some of the players coming back into it. We had Mark Casey comes back to the state after being away for 20 odd years. Nathan Bush coming back from Geelong and playing in the competition. Everyone's trying to recruit and improve their sides. And then all of a sudden you throw in an Alex Marshall, who I would say is the best bowler in the world and probably historically will go down as one of the best, if not the best. And he's going to be playing in our Melbourne Premier Division competition. I think it's fantastic, So I've already scheduled in myself to come down on a Friday to call the Deer Park, I think, Yarraville Footscray game in February. To commentate it, and I can have a look at King Taddy, as he is known around the world, firsthand myself to see how he's playing.
Well, once he finds out that the best bowl show out there, BVTV Between Ends, wants to talk to him, I'm sure the best bowl show and the best player in the world, it's a match made in heaven. So we'll endeavour to get him on, mate. We'll have a good chat with him, and I can't wait to showcase a person like him in this sport. I think it's fantastic. I've already seen comments on social media of people saying, "Oh yeah, I'll drive down from Mildura to watch him." So that just shows that the sort of pull of the man, which is fantastic. Exciting times, real exciting times. We'll be back shortly. We've got a fantastic guest, Jackaroo, Carla Krizanic. Looking forward to having a chat with her, JT. So stay with us, and we'll be back after a short break. Welcome back, and JT, we are joined by not just a legend of Victorian bowls, but bowls across Australia as a whole. Carla Krizanic, how are you?
Hi, Jimmy. I'm good, thanks. Thanks, guys, for having me along today.
Anytime. We've been trying to get you on for a number of weeks. You've been on our list to tap up and drag in because you are the poster girl of Victorian bowls. We know you're due back in action in the next couple of months. First up, you got BPL coming back, so we'll talk about that later. First of all, regional viewing guests, they put in 5 tips for the Premier League round each week. They had a bit of a comeback, JT, hey? Phil Crowder picked up 5 last week.
Yeah, it's good to see. He's done well for the guest tipper. So the pressure's on you now, Carla, to try and back up his performance.
I know, it's a big week because you are trailing behind me and JT at the moment. So first cab off the rank, Altona versus Deer Park, Friday night. How'd you see that one going?
Where is it being played? Can you give me that little
Altona.
tip? Altona. Okay. I'm probably still going to tip Deer Park though for that game.
Awesome.
Hard to go past them.
Yeah, right, it's true. The next game is our live stream game from this Friday night, Clayton at home against Croydon.
Yeah, well, I'll be watching that one. I'll be watching a bit of the live stream that you guys have been doing, which is awesome. And I'll go for Clayton. I've played a few games for them in the past, so I'll be cheering them on.
Melbourne play at home against Bundoora.
Oh, that's a close. I think they're pretty close on the ladder to each other. I'm going to go with Melbourne.
Good call, Carla. MCC at home to Yarraville Footscray.
Yeah, probably MCC for me.
Cool.
Going pretty good so far.
And finally, a big game towards the bottom end of the ladder, Lilydale at home against Mentone.
Get a tip Lilydale for that one. I think they're due for their first win.
Awesome. Good stuff. All right, well, we'll see how you go with that one, Carla. Fingers crossed you can pick up the same 5 that Phil Crowder did last week. So as you mentioned, Carla, you're taking a bit of time off bowls at the moment. Baby's due, almost on the way. How's things going there?
Yeah, I'm due to have a baby in the next couple of weeks, hopefully. So, yeah, obviously not bowling much at all because I'm a little bit large to get down, but still being down around the club and enjoying, that bowls is back and we can see all our bowling friends and things again. So, yeah, but pregnancy's going well and hopefully I'll be back bowling soon after.
Are you missing playing Pennant for Sunbury at the moment, or is it just too consuming in terms of being pregnant at the moment, Carla?
I think it's been bizarre timing because I was hoping to be able to play some Pennant, but obviously with COVID got delayed and then it just didn't seem like it was any point playing the first few rounds. So I am missing it, but I've also been playing every Saturday for the last, I don't know how many years, since I was about 17 or 18. So this is the first Pennant season I haven't played. So it has been nice to also enjoy a few weekends away and something a bit different. So, yeah, missing bowls heaps. And I love Pennant, but it's also been nice to have some time with my little boy before he's not the only child.
Yeah, I noticed you sharing some pizza with him yesterday on your Facebook, Carla. So you were down at the Club Sunbury. Bowls Australia Club of the Year was awarded a couple of weeks ago. How's that gone down at the club?
Oh, it was such an awesome night. There were so many people down there at the club and just sitting waiting for the announcement. And yeah, it was just great to have everyone around. And there was just so much excitement. Nobody really watched any more of the awards because everyone was so excited and hugging each other and stuff. So there's been a lot of work going to the club in recent years. And obviously, our new facilities are amazing, but there's lots of other things behind the scenes. So it's great to have all that, be acknowledged and stuff. So the club was really excited and everyone's still talking about it. So yeah, we're thrilled.
Perfect. What's next for you? Obviously, I mean, you're obviously due very soon. When do you plan getting back on the green and what are your commitments, say, in the next 12 months?
Yeah, it's hard to know when you're about to have your second baby, what things are going to be like with 2 kids running around. But yeah, so I obviously will be taking most of January off, but I hope to be back bowling ready for the BPL 14, which will be up in Moama at the end of February. So Melbourne Extreme is one of the new teams, and obviously I'm a part of that with Ali Forsyth and Maddie Flapper and Calvin Kirko as our coach. So I'm hoping to be back and ready for that. So that's my plan and my goals, and we're hoping to go really well for Club Sunbury.
Just on the BPL, Carla, we've got a bit of a legend coming back to not only BPL, but Victorian Premier League in the new year. Alex Marshall playing for Deer Park. How exciting is that?
Oh yeah, I saw the announcement yesterday from Deer Park. It's super exciting for bowls in Victoria. For those who haven't seen Alex Marshall play, you need to get down and watch him. He's absolutely an amazing player, but he's also an amazing person, and he's happy to have a chat about bowls with anybody. So I do highly recommend getting down and watching him if you get the chance, because I wouldn't say you can debate that he's the best, because he absolutely is. He's won on slow tracks, fast tracks, grass, indoor, absolutely everything. He can play everywhere, and he's phenomenal. So yeah, get down and watch him if you can. I will be.
I noticed today that Scotland have announced their game side already. Obviously, with Alex being coming over here, and they've announced their sides already. How are you shaping up? Is Birmingham 2022 still a goal for you, Carla?
It's a sort of a bizarre scenario for me, I guess. I was hoping that we would have had some trials and things before I had the baby so that I could sort of get my foot in the door or show what I can do on the slower tracks. But obviously with COVID, that sort of hasn't worked out. So our first trial camp is in January, which obviously I'll have a 2 or 3 week old, so I probably won't be attending. So yeah, Birmingham, I'm not really sure where I stand yet with that. I'll have a 6-month-old. So it's a decision I need to make whether I'm going to put my foot forward for selection once I've had the baby and see where I'm sort of at. But regardless, I'll be fully behind that Jackaroo's team, and we've got an amazing squad of players. So we're going to have a great team over there. I guess COVID's been difficult for playing. We haven't been able to get together as a team, but everyone's been doing their own things back in their own state. So the team's looking good for it. And I know, Joshy, you've probably been training pretty hard as well. So yeah, I got my bowls delivered from Henselite just the other week. So unfortunately, they're still in the box, but I'm looking forward to getting them out and having to go with the wider sets on some slower greens when I can.
I don't know if they're going to be that slow, to be honest. We keep saying slow, but England, like with whatever weather is happening at the moment, seems to be getting warmer and warmer. My family tell me, oh yeah, it's 28 in the summer now, which is a bit of a heat wave over there. So we'll have to see how the greens adjust to that. So come January, February time, Carla, when you're looking to get back on the greens, you'll have the 2 kids under sort of 2 or 3 years old. Yeah. What sort of programs? We've got the bowling with babies at Bowls Vicky. How does that work for a new mum or a mum with young children like yourself?
Yeah, well, Club Sunbury actually ran it last year, which was great. So I got the chance to be involved with it with Axel. And he was probably about 6 months old when we started attending at our club. And yeah, it was great fun because I met some other mums in Sunbury that I hadn't had the chance to meet. There was no sort of mothers groups during lockdowns and things. So I actually never got to be a part of those things. So my Bowling with Babies group actually became a mothers group. So that was really exciting. And to be, down at the club and him crawling around, chasing the little bowls on the green and things. So yeah, I've been to Bowling with Babies a few different clubs over the years, and I think it's a great program. And obviously, even more so now that I'm a mum, I see how really valuable it is for the social side and the chance to meet other mums in the area or fathers as well. We had some dads come down to a few of them as well, so it doesn't just have to be the mums. Yeah.
Perfect. And obviously, you've been a great ambassador for in that space. You've helped us out a couple of times. The last thing, obviously, I wanted to touch about was obviously Sunbury's partnership with Bowls Vic and the juniors, because they've built a great partnership. We've got the Doug meeting scheduled in January to be held at Club Sunbury, and any interstate series I think we're going to have in the next 12 months is going to be at Club Sunbury going forward. Mm-hmm. So it's great to see that obviously we can talk about bowling with babies and then we can transition into juniors, So, great to see Sunbury on board with everything related bowls, Carla.
Yeah, and Sunbury's really excited about having the juniors on board. We have had one training day, which was great to be a part of, which obviously Maddie Flapper runs as the coach. And I went down. It was just so awesome to see so many kids covering the entire green and just having a great time out there. And looking forward to the tournaments. I love getting down and watching the juniors, and now that it's going to be in Sunbury, it makes it even easier for me. So, looking forward to supporting them. And it's great that we're going to have the interstate series as well, because when I was a junior, that was like the biggest highlights of playing bowls, was the chance to play for Victoria and against other states and test series and things. So I know how exciting it is for the kids, and I'm hoping I can get down there and support them while they're at Sunbury. So awesome.
I'm just having a chuckle to myself, Carla, at the thought of you turning up to a Bowling with Babies session with some new moms and they start putting a bowl down with you, and little do they know they're playing against a Commonwealth gold medalist. It'd just be hilarious. Thank you so much for joining us, Carla. You've been fantastic. We look forward to what comes for you in the next few months. We wish you the best of luck. Hopefully everything goes perfect for you, and we can't wait to see you back on the greens in the new year.
Thanks, Jimmy. Thanks, Josh. Thanks for having me along, and hopefully I see everyone on the bowls green soon.
Awesome. And with that, we're going to sign off for 2021. This will be our last between ends before the Christmas break. So everyone at BV wishes all the members, all the clubs, a very Merry Christmas. Don't forget, transfers need to be in by 31st of December. Please put them through the bowls link. Please don't be calling me at 11:59 on 31st of December to try and get a transfer through. Be prepared. Get it done next week if you're looking at moving clubs. Don't forget to check out our live stream game Friday night, 7 p.m. from Clayton. They'll be going up against Croydon. But yeah, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. We'll see everyone in 2022.